Commander Zara stood on the bridge of her massive warship looking down at the small blue planet below. Her silver skin gleamed under the artificial lights as she studied the tactical display with her 4 eyes. The human world looked so peaceful and defenseless. Admiral Kess walked up beside her, tall and elegant, with the same silver skin that marked their species as the most advanced in the galaxy. Her long fingers traced patterns in the air as she accessed the ship's computer systems. The humans had been warned 3 times to stop their expansion into Viridian space, but they kept building colonies and mining stations. The audacity of these primitive creatures amazed both alien commanders. On Earth, General Lisa Morgan sat in the Pentagon war room surrounded by screens showing enemy ships in orbit. She was a small woman with brown hair and tired eyes, but her voice carried absolute authority when she spoke to her staff. The aliens had given humanity one final ultimatum: surrender all colonies beyond the solar system or face total destruction. Lisa knew that backing down meant the end of human expansion into space, something her species could never accept. Captain Amy Foster commanded the space station orbiting Mars. She watched through the observation deck as alien ships moved into attack formation. Their vessels were 3 times larger than anything humanity had ever built, and there were hundreds of them down on the lunar base. Commander Beth Kane prepared her fighter squadrons for what seemed like a suicide mission. The alien technology was centuries ahead of human engineering, but she had seen something in the enemy formations that gave her hope. Back on the alien flagship, Zara activated the communication system to address the human leaders one final time. She expected them to beg for mercy as so many other species had done before. Instead, Lisa Morgan appeared on screen with a calm expression that surprised the alien commander. The human general spoke in a steady voice without any trace of fear. She told the aliens that humanity rejected their ultimatum completely. Zara felt a moment of confusion as she watched this tiny creature defy the most powerful military force in the galaxy. She had conquered dozens of worlds and never encountered such stubborn resistance from such a weak species. The alien commander gave the order to attack, expecting the battle to be over within hours. Her ships moved into position and began firing their advanced energy weapons at human installations. What happened next shocked every alien crew member watching the tactical displays. The humans had somehow anticipated every attack pattern and were ready with defensive countermeasures. Amy Foster launched her surprise attack from behind the alien formation using modified cargo ships that looked like harmless transport vessels. The aliens had dismissed these ships as civilian traffic, but they were actually disguised warships packed with experimental weapons. Commander Kane led her fighter wings in coordinated strikes against alien ship weak points that human intelligence had identified through careful observation. The small human fighters moved like deadly swarms around the massive alien vessels. On Earth, scientist Dr. Mary Bell activated humanity's secret weapon project that had been hidden for decades. Deep space monitoring stations throughout the solar system began broadcasting a signal that interfered with alien ship systems. The signal was based on research into alien technology that humans had been secretly studying for years. Every piece of wreckage and every energy signature had been analyzed to find weaknesses in their supposedly superior systems. Admiral Kess watched in growing alarm as her ships began losing power and coordination. The humans had somehow found a way to disrupt their most advanced systems with primitive electromagnetic interference. Zara realized too late that the humans had been preparing for this confrontation much longer than anyone suspected. They had used their apparent weakness to hide their true capabilities until the perfect moment. The alien fleet found themselves unable to coordinate attacks or maintain formation as their ships drifted helplessly in space. Human fighters swarmed around them like angry insects, attacking a giant that had disturbed their nest. General Morgan coordinated the counterattack from Earth, directing human forces throughout the solar system with precision that impressed even her own officers. She had spent years planning for this exact scenario. Captain Foster led her disguised warships in devastating attacks against alien command vessels using weapons that the enemy had never encountered before. The humans had developed new technologies specifically designed to counter alien advantages. The battle that was supposed to last hours stretched into days, as human resistance proved far more effective than anyone had predicted. The aliens found themselves fighting an enemy that had studied them carefully and prepared countermeasures for every advantage. Commander Zara watched her proud fleet being systematically dismantled by creatures she had considered barely above animals. The humans fought with a ferocity and intelligence that no other species had ever displayed against her forces. As alien ships began falling back in disorder, Admiral Kess realized that their intelligence about humanity had been completely wrong. These were not primitive creatures, but a species that had hidden their true nature behind a facade of weakness. The human victory was complete within a week, as the surviving alien ships retreated beyond the edge of human space, leaving behind wreckage and a newfound respect for the species. They had underestimated. General Morgan stood in the same Pentagon war room, where she had received the alien ultimatum, and smiled as she read reports of human colonies expanding even further into space. The aliens had given humanity exactly the motivation they needed. The galaxy would never again make the mistake of underestimating the small blue planet and its determined inhabitants, who had proven that sometimes the most dangerous enemy is the one that appears weakest.